I am joined by Martin Reichenbach.
Right.
Close? Yeah? Okay.
Very good.
Founder and COO of Appaleo. Now, I said that right, correct?
That is true, yeah.
Appaleo, all right. Coming to us from Munich, Germany. How are you, sir?
Doing really well. Quite an exciting time these days in the industry, but also for us as a company. Very good.
Yeah. Well, how have you been throughout the pandemic?
Well, I mean, probably a couple of different shades of gray. We had a very tough time going into the crisis, like probably all the industry did, not knowing what's hitting us there. We went through a lot of cost-saving measures, making sure that we're not running out of cash, which I think is the death of any startup these days. And luckily for our customers, all of them survived to date. So that's a very good sign that we're in the right segments, that we're talking and working with the right customers. Also, we had very positive numbers in terms of how they dealt with the crisis. So a lot of the properties stayed open above 80% throughout the last year. And I think across the board kept also occupancy above the market average. And lucky for us, most of our customers actually paid their bills in 2020, which is also good for us to make sure we get through this time and just see another day.
So tell us about Appaleo. What makes you guys different?
Right. So I think there's a couple of things that make us stand out as a company. We were founded as a group of 14, so means 1-4. A lot of people that joined the team because we knew we were ahead of a big mission to build a product which is as a platform something that wasn't built before. We also try to get everyone on board as a shareholder who comes on today, just translating into higher commitments so everyone is part of the not only team working for Appaleo, but also part of the company and shareholder in that sense. Secondly, I think the team in the beginning was primarily around tech. So our DNA is about technology, building good technology, building scalable technology. So most of us have some sort of a degree in computer science or other sorts of technology. And to date, I think this also translates into the people that we're working with. A lot of them being disruptors in their markets, disruptors of traditional hospitality. And of course, nowadays, we're also working with more and more people which want to innovate, but which are a bit more pragmatic, maybe not that tech-driven. And I think one of the big differentiators is that we believed in the community from the beginning. So from day one, we worked with external app developers. We worked with people that can build software themselves and can build upon our platform. So it means we never tried to build a product like a PMS, but we really thought of building scalable infrastructure for hotels. We always wanted that hotels can use and work with the technology that they want and that they need, and also things that they can innovate with. And I think from where we are coming from, also knowing cloud PMS and on-premise PMS, we see this as the main reason why the industry is lagging behind, because there's so much closedness, and also when you think about cost structures, it's all very capex heavy and so on. So we see that there's a big hurdle for companies, for hospitality companies to innovate, which are mainly created by the PMSs. So from our background, we learned that it's not just good to build a product like a PMS and then solve the interfacing later on, because we saw in the past that this is not getting us quick enough into the market, not giving enough innovation to the industry. So that's why we believe, and this is also how we built the company, in the API first model, which is mainly building everything as an API and then using good technology to complement what we are doing. So rely on this community of hoteliers to build their own stuff. So a lot of our hotels are and customers are building apps, building unique stuff, which also makes them stand out from the marketplace. And we have a lot of good developers which see Appaleo as the primary place to build upon because everything is all open and so on. So we see that as a platform provider, we need to be reliable. We need to be a reliable platform. There can't be downtimes and so on. So this is where we focus on fast rollout, zero downtimes and so on. And of course, in the traditional hotel market, this is kind of a challenge because hoteliers in the first place look at functionality, look at what they might lose over the old PMS instead of just looking at what's ahead of them. So I think we need to tell the story, and this is also what a lot of our customers get. There's an unlimited set of opportunities to get over these manual processes, to get over the closedness of old systems, and also to allow hoteliers to continuously innovate.
Yeah, I think you got Series A funding last week. Was it last week? Yeah. So what does that mean?
The announcement was last week. Well, it's exciting for the company, especially after 2020, where funding rounds were just not happening. It was exciting for us to just see that it's possible to get this done. Of course, this means we continue building on what we did in the past. So we continue building good technology and better technology than the average market, of course. And for that, we need the best talent to come on board on the tech side, but also to invest into the ecosystem. So make sure that the integrations are best in class, that we have a community around us which really refers to Appaleo as the primary platform to work with. If you think as a hotelier, as a service department, as a hostel provider, how can I create infrastructure? How can I create technology and not get into the rabbit hole of PMS research and feature bashing and so on. And I think the last but also very important thing for us is that we don't see Appaleo as a traditional B2B product, which requires a lot of sales to get out there, but we really rely on the marketing side, make sure that the story gets out, and that the people that we work with are talking very positively about us. And we have to make sure that also on this side, we have the right guys on board. Of course, good storytellers like yourself are invited to join us on that journey.
With the time remaining, Martin, any advice for the hoteliers as we seem to be coming out of this mess?
So I would look at it from a European perspective, because that's where our main markets are today. We see a lot of lockdowns, new legal challenges on a daily basis, which is also meaning that all the hotels are burning through their cash. So in some way, a lot of the hotels will have to make a tough decision around layoffs, maybe even insolvency, selling their properties or repurposing the assets. In the second half, we see an uptake, especially in the leisure markets, once they are opening again. And I think, and also Appaleo in that sense, we're looking at city destinations and their hoteliers, which really have to think about how to achieve profitability very early on. So meaning lower occupancy, but still being profitable. Certainly city leisure trips will come back. We talk selected service, but also spa hotels and so on. Of course, the event hotels and event locations will suffer a lot. And the market that we see working really well is actually service departments, even throughout the crisis. So it didn't feel like they had a bump, but they rather got a push over the last 12 months. So thinking about technology is certainly one of the aspects in that sense.
All right, sir. I want to thank you for joining me.
Very good. Thank you so much.
You bet.
Take care.